Hi everyone, welcome to Hilltop View Journals. This is part 2 of a video where I am making this journal using Sweet Pea Curiosities Moments Pressed in Time digital kit. And in video 1 I left it with some ephemera to make, and in this video you will see me make the ephemera. So I'm not going to spoil it, just watch and play along with me, and hopefully you can help me make some decisions along the way as well. And yeah, let me know in the comments what you think about this journal and also what kind of journals you'd like to see me make in this series. So on with the video. I want to make a journaling card to fit in here. So I've cut this piece that I've got left over and I've made sure that it does go in, which is awesome. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stick it onto this index card and back it so that I can write on it. And then I'll square up my very poor cutting. So it will effectively be the size of the index card apart from the length, because the length needs to be a bit smaller. Okay, I'm going to snip off the edges. And I'm hoping that this will fit. I can make a little tab with this. I don't know if I can though, but I think what I'll do is I'll do 2 single tabs and then glue them together because it's quite thick paper. So I think it'll work. There we go, and I'll just ink these and I'll stick these on after I've stitched, because I think it looks odd when you stitch over them, which usually is what happens when I'm doing my thing. So they will go like that there. I'll just glue them together, and what I want to do is cover this blue bit because I don't want any colour in this journal. I just want neutrals. So I've got I've got lots of different paper here, and I think just ripping off the edge and adding this will look nice. So it just covers that really simply. So I'll be stitching all around this. So I'm not gluing it within an inch of its life because I basically don't need to. And I am wondering what colour stitching to use, because I was thinking of just going with like a champagne off-white colour, but I did use black there and I did really like the contrast of it. Just gave it that edge a little bit, and I'm just wondering, I quite fancy black, so I may stick with the black. And I probably will, oh actually, let me do that now. I'm going to round the corners and there will be some kind of embellishment on there, but I think what I'll do is I'll mass make some embellishments and then add them all in one go. Okay, so that one will go in there. It's quite tight, so I can't put too much embellishments on it. Oh, before I forget, I'm just going to age that a little bit. Excuse my arm. And I'm using antique linen distress oxide. And this is great for when you don't want to tea dye something or coffee dye, because it'll just be a mess everywhere. Might do a little bit on this as well, just to take the edge off. So I can pop that back in there, ready to be stitched. And then for this here, I'm going to have a pocket and a tag. So I want to just have a rounded piece here. And I'm going to stitch around this. And I think we'll have a little bit of bling on here maybe. I don't want it too close to the bird because I want to see the bird. So it's impossible for me to go all white and creams. I just can't. I cannot do it. I thought I would be able to, but I can't. And I guess I'm just going to have to live with that fact, that I can't do it. I haven't given up, but I've kind of not failed, but didn't quite make it on this one. So I've got a tag to make. And then in the back, I need to decide what I'm going to do. So I can open this up and I can open it up either there, just the top, or I could open it up like that and have like more of a bigger pocket or tuck spot. Now bear in mind, when you put things like this on the side here, that will affect, because the tabs are going to stick out, that will affect the closure. But I reckon that's a problem for another day. That's what I reckon. So, I think I will open it on the top. And you do need to take quite a bit off. That's the only issue. Well, I could open it up there, but no doubt I will hit the back. So the way I could do that is put a slit, or put a slit here and then cover that. So if I go through it, that's what I'll do. So I'll put a slit in here. Have I gone through? Ooh, surprisingly not. I haven't gone through. But if I had gone through, I would just cover it. So we've got kind of like a bit of a hidden pocket there, but I'm going to make it a bit more visible. And I suppose you could line it with something as well. But that hopefully should be able to fit in then something like a tag in the back there. So I've got 2 tags to make, and then I think I'd call this journal partially ready. It'll be finished for me to write in. For the tags, I'm going to use this bit of packaging because it's got a clear background, which means I don't need to do anything on the back. And what I'm going to do is focus on keeping the background paper quite light and neutral so that I can use these scraps that I've got left. So I'm just going to use scraps. I've probably got loads of stuff left that I printed that I could use, but I just want to use what's on my desk because that's what's in front of me, and everything else is up the house. And I think it'd be good just to use up stuff I've already got. So I'm going to just have a look at what size I want these. So I want them to stick out at the top because I like that. So kind of about that much maybe. So if I just cut here. Now, these are quite wide tags, but they should fit where I've got the space. So I'll keep that. And I'm just going to, actually, I probably will need to cover the back. I didn't consider what was on there. Unless I use... No, they've all got things on the back, so I'm going to have to cover the back as well. And I'm going to quickly collage over to make my backgrounds. Very neutral. Simple. It's not going to set the world on fire, but I like this kind of messy-ish look. So I think it'll suit these tags. And you'll probably see a bit of the background, but it's part of the fun, I think. I think what I'll do is I'll collage on maybe the white bit. That will save me a little bit of work, I think. think I'll round these. I think it'll look better with the overall shape. Make them into journaling cards rather than tags. And if you want to mute this further, you can use tissue paper. So I've got some spare tissue paper here. So if I need to, I can put that on top, and then that will push the background in, or alternatively you can use gesso. So let's just have a look at what I've got here in terms of images and see how far we need to push it back. So the other things you can do is you can add some nice lace and things. So I just need to tidy this up a little bit. I'm just wondering what it'd look like if I sort of scrunched it up and added the tissue paper. It'll make it quite difficult to glue down, I think. I quite like it scrunched though, so I'm going to scrunch it. So I like that. Okay, so I'm going to glue it onto the back of this, but I think I'd like to stitch around this before I glue it into place. So probably do it something like that. And then I think I would like something in the background. Now whether I go for something darker or something lighter, I'm not too sure. Quite like that actually. So let's maybe have that like that. So I can probably glue that on here. So that will be there, and then I will probably use this for the top. So it'll probably be something like that, which I would like to staple. So I'm going to staple that in place, although I think my staple's got pink staples in it at the minute, which isn't the best look. So I will staple this low enough that I can push it where I'm going to stitch. So I can sort of fold it like that when I stitch it, so it won't be in the way. Let's do it like that, maybe. Doesn't want to play ball. Okay, that's one tag, and I'll probably put some kind of sentiment or something there. I'll have a look at that in a second. And then we've got this one. So I quite like the idea of having it to the side. I think that's too bulky. So a doily can push back the base but still allow things to peep through. So I like that actually, I think that will work really well. So I'm going to rip the birdie off. I know, but he's only half a birdie, so he's got to go. Sorry guys. So that will go there. I'll probably need some kind of lace or something underneath as well. I am tempted to go for dark. Oh, that'll be nice for the top. Oh yes, that'll do nicely. The glee in my voice. I know. I get excited really quickly, really easily. I'm easily pleased. And I think I'd like to stitch along there as well, so I'm going to leave that too. But I do need to tidy that up. And I think I'll put an eyelet in that one, which I will do after I've stitched. Okay, so I think I need a sentiment for that one as well, so I'm going to go and find some sentiments. So try not to be too alarmed, but yeah, my stitching is a bit of an issue. And the sewing machine that I've got at the minute, which is not a new one, because I've had it for about 2.5 years and I've never used it, but I have been using it recently. It's decided to have an absolute hissy fit. Don't know why. I've changed the needle. I can't see anything else wrong with it, other than it probably needs a bit of a good clean. So I'll have to give that some attention. Her indoors, if you're familiar with her indoors from my previous videos, has gone to a retirement home up the woodland. She thinks she's on a permanent holiday. She doesn't realise she's been replaced. Got to keep that to myself. Yeah, so not quite sure where I'm going to put these. Look at the stitching, it's hilarious. Yeah, I think that's all right like that. I think I quite like it sort of off centre there, off kilter. So we'll pop that on. Hopefully that'll stay there. So that's one tag. Very rustic. I didn't think I was going for the rustic look, but that's how it's turned out. So I'm just going to roll with it. And then this is the other one. And look at the stitching. It's diabolical. So I think I prefer that more up the top. And I think that can go there. Okay, so that's the second tag. Then I've got my pocket here. So look at the stitching on that. I really don't know what happened there. I'm just going to glue that in place. And pop it there. Just going to glue two sides so it becomes more of a tuck spot rather than a pocket, I think. So I'll leave that for a second. Mould into place. And then on this one I'm going to put, let's work this out. So I want the image to be this side so that you can see it. And I don't want the tabs to be in the middle because that'll affect any type of closure. So I'm just going to pop that in place there. No, that's not actually... I've glued them upside down. Oh, wow. Right, okay. Let's see if we can rectify that situation. I wonder if anybody was screaming at me at that point, saying, "It's upside down! You idiot!" Right, can I salvage this? It's supposed to be like that. Not the best gluing by any shot. And I would make another one if I had any more of this embossing or embossed watercolour paper, but I don't, so it's going to have to do. Luckily this is just for me and I'm not giving it to anyone, otherwise I would have to get my embossing machine out and I'd be a very unhappy bunny then. Truly I would be. Okay, so let's pop that in place. Probably going to have to re-glue it at some point. Okay, so that's that done. And I've got tag to go here. Oh, that's much too high, look. What have I done there? Oh, let's pop it in here and see what it looks like there. Well, that one definitely needs to go in that one. So I think what I've done is I've glued it so it's sort of too high. So I'm going to have to cut that down and restitch. I had not planned for this, but there you go. This is what happens occasionally. And then you have to improvise. Of course, this will make a lovely pocket, so we'll keep that. Oh, I haven't gone very straight there. Okay, that's better. And I think I might as well do the other one while I'm at it and make that a bit smaller as well. Okay, let's pop these into place. A little bit smaller than I'd planned. There we go, at least they fit a little bit better. And that one will go there like that. Okay, so it's not too bulky for a minute, but I will have to keep the embellishments to a minimum. I had a go at making some clusters last night. I sat at my dining table. I had utter chaos all around me with 5 dogs running around, husband shouting at the TV. So I turned my back to it all and just started playing with some fabric and some paper. So you'll see me here just cutting lots of bits of pieces and gluing them down to strips of paper. And I've speeded up a little bit because otherwise it'll get really boring to watch, but I thought I'd include the recording of what I did just in case there are some people that don't make these and are unsure of how to put them together. And I do take my time. I enjoy doing this slowly. I don't like rushing it. And once I start, I tend to keep on going until I've run out of things. I find using the paper underneath really useful. You can use it as a decoration, or you can just use it to glue your fabric down to the base. It's easier if you're going to stitch, and it's also easier when you're going to stick them to the page. So it's nice having just a little bit of a flat foundation. I've used mainly book pages here, and some of them are a little brittle, but they're fine for this purpose. And I've mainly used glue stick to glue my fabric together because I am planning on doing some stitching. But if I wasn't going to stitch, then I would probably use something like Fabri-Tac or Collage, or I think the Tombow Mono liquid glue would work really well with fabric. You just got to leave a little bit of time. You could of course use hot glue, but then you definitely could not stitch through hot glue. It will mess up your needle very badly. I'll let this part of the video carry on running, and I'll put some nice music on for you to enjoy, and I hope that you will craft along with me and make some of your own clusters.
Misty mountains, dusty roads ahead, crossing rivers, dreaming of a bed, from a window in the mighty clouds up high. I can touch a stream of gold above, breaking through with hope of light. Sunshine on the broken, let the summer come again, let the heat find all the frozen, let the force in, and I am above, above, I feel above, oh. Seen 1,000 lovers meet. You have seen 1,000 tired feet. Seen them rest upon a hill beneath a crown. Try to make a way. I can hear you say, the sunshine on the broken, let the summer come again, let the heat find all the frozen, let the force in, and I am above, above, I feel above, oh. The sunshine on the broken, let the summer come again, let the heat find all the frozen, let the force in, 'cause I am a, let the force in, 'cause I am a, let the force in.
To use that lovely little box to store the made clusters, and I do go on then to collage over the little card that came with the box, and it's a handy little storage box and will be perfect for keeping these really safe until I get them in my journal.
About to leave, already packing, come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be, life with no distractions. We'll get away, this is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out, down with my own doubts. Be free with me. Be free. Be free with me. Be free. Not looking back, eyes on the freeway, Bonnie and Clyde, a classic cliche. We're on the run, this is what we waited for. Oh, yeah. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out, down with my own doubts. Be free with me. Be free. Be free with me. Be free. Be free with me. Yeah, let's go. Be free with me. Oh, come on and let's go. Let's be free with me. Yeah, be free. Be free. Be free with me.
So that's a few little clusters to add to my collection that I can use in my glassine bag. And I hope that little part of the video was helpful to those who are unsure about making clusters. And basically all I do is glue things together until they look okay in front of me. So I've got my paper clusters here. I've just stitched them all the way through and haven't bothered cutting them. I've got a little paper ruffle here, which is just folded up strips. So if I just grab some paper, I can show you. You can do this without a sewing machine. Just get yourself any strip of paper. Book pages is really good for this. And then you just fold them into little steps. I do this as I'm moving the sewing machine, but you can quite easily glue them and then just have them like that without any stitching, or chuck them through your sewing machine. So that's an easy decoration. I've got that piece of card from the Ferrero Rocher box, and I've got then the fabric ruffles or fabric clusters I made, and I've done some messy stitching on most of them anyway, and you can see in the back there then the paper that's holding it all together. So I also made a couple of tags while I was off camera, and these are just bits of paper that I folded into two, and then I just used some of the scraps that were on my desk, and then these die cut butterflies. So I'll be able to pop them in. And I've got this cluster here, and what I wanted to do was add a little bit of pretty lace to it, and I'm going to use that, I think, on the back of my journal. And I just need to grab some glue. So let's do that piece first. So what I was thinking of doing was creating a little tuck spot, but I don't know if it'll be secure enough, so I'll give it a go. So I'm just doing really simple decorations to this journal. So I just need to very loosely glue it here and just see if I can create that tuck spot. Yeah, that'll work. And then just put this pretty lace on it as well. This has been in my stash for so long, it's just good to use it up, finally. What I could do actually is I could glue that little bit there so it's a little bit more secure on the top there. Yeah, so it just fits in there like that. I'll probably end up gluing that to the journal, I should think. But it would be a shame to cover it too much. I'm sure I'll be able to maybe use a bit of, I'll use a bit of washi tape behind it. That'll be a good idea. There we go. That'll stay in there. Okay, so let's go through this journal and see what we can do. So I didn't want to cover that too much. I just wanted to use this lovely label. And just thinking of just a little one of the little clusters there. Oh, I can do it down there. There we go. I think that looks good like that. So we'll glue that on first. And then pop this in place. And I could have made that into a tuck spot as well, I guess, but I think that's enough on that one. So this page is finished. So here, I was thinking I could maybe just incorporate it into some kind of cluster. It's probably a good idea if I cut these up. So I'm just going to snip them in the middle where they're joined. Now I've got this here. Let's take this off a second. So what I could do is round the edges, just on the smallest setting. I think that would look quite nice there. Like that. Let's do that. I do enjoy having really unplanned ephemera that I just make and then it just comes together. I think that's quite a bit of fun because you never know what you're going to end up with. So I've got to figure out how to put this in, and what you could do is I think I could have a flip there. So I think that's what I'll do actually, is I'll just attach it with some washi and then I can journal on the back of it. And I can always take it off if I want to. And I can also journal underneath there. And I'd quite happily take this off completely, journal on the whole page, and then stick it back on again over the journaling. Okay, so we've got these two here. Oh, I knew it was going to rip, but that's all right. Just makes it look grungy. So here I was thinking a belly band, if I can squeeze one in. And I think the safest way would be to do a belly band that way. So let's round the corners of this. Make that look like it's supposed to be worn. And after making this one, I am determined to make a really light and pretty one. Don't know how I'm going to do it, and I need to plan for it. I need to have sort of things made ready so that I can just pop them on and it all comes together nicely. But yeah, that's going to take a bit of planning. I thought this journal would be that, but it has not turned out that way. It has not. So I wonder if I could use this then as the... Yeah, I can use that. Problem with this is that it will bulk it up. Whereas that will keep it nice and flat. So I think I haven't got anything that's really flat here, which I didn't think about at the time. But anyway, let's pop this on. So I just want to glue a little bit there. I'm going to leave that top bit poke out. Move that up a bit. Do a little bit of glue there. There we go. And I think that will be something to decorate at a later date then. It'll be easier to decorate once I've finished journaling in it. Okay, so that's a belly band. Let's see what else we've got here. So we've got this lovely image here. Oh. Washi tape does stick, okay? As you can see, it sticks and it rips. It's lucky I'm going for the grunge look now, isn't it? Otherwise, I'd be deeply disappointed. So what I'm thinking of doing is creating a pretty tuck spot there. Now, I want to keep that like that, so maybe just a small little cluster there. I think that will be nice. And what I need to do is glue it on the bits that haven't got any holes. And you'll be able to see that then, there. So it's still gone through a little bit. There we are. So that will hold that. It should hold it securely enough. We carry on. Okay, so we've got a tag here. I'm totally regretting the old sticking the washi in here. Come on. It's left horrible glue on there as well. I think I'll use this little bit of muslin. And I'm just going to staple that in place. I wanted to cover that, and all I've done is made a big blob there. Okay, and perhaps I can use that in behind it. And I think I'll create a pocket here. Possibly. Don't think anything is going to fit there. So I just grabbed a book page. Let's see what this looks like. Okay, yeah, I can use that, I think. And I don't mind it sticking out there either. So I think what I'll do is I'll just go and stitch this. give it a bit more interest. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just glue on 2 sides there to make sure that I've got enough room for the tags to sit in there. And again, I would like to put something there, but either I need something smaller or something flatter. Now I could pop that like that. I think actually I like that, it's just nice and simple. So, and I don't mind covering the writing. So let's put it on there and move on. There we go. So it just makes it easier. I'll add something to the top of that tag probably at some point. Okay, so I need something on that page as well, but that can wait. Okie dokie, we've got another little picture here. Oh, see, it's ripping. You need to learn, Stephanie Howells, not to use washi. So I'm just realising now that all the clusters that I've made, all the lovely little fabric clusters are effectively too bulky to put in at this stage. But I so want to use them. I like that. It's on the edge, so I'm gonna, yeah, why not? I'm gonna use it. I'll just have to make a writing board. I shouldn't have done it so far over though. Is that too far over? Yeah, it is. Here we go. Repair jobby. There we go. Okay, that's that page done. And oh yeah, so we got this one now. So let me just see what else I got. So I've got that there. I've got that there. So I was thinking of putting, I'm going to leave the washi on that so it doesn't rip. I was thinking of putting a pocket here. But I think it'll be more like a tuck spot, I think. I did leave these little spaces here. You can see them on the tags. You can stamp on those. You can stamp images. That's what the idea behind that was. Just in case I wanted to. Or you can put your embellishment, you know, your focal point on there. I think that works. Okay, I'm just going to have to rip that a little bit. So if I pop that down first. And then I think I'll just glue this on two sides. Like that. Somewhere in the madness of this room, I do have some paper rings. I have no idea where they are. They should be in front of me, but they're not because it's chaos in here. No matter, I will find them. Okay, so I think, again, a little cluster or something there is definitely required, or even if I've got some suitable, I've got a little butterfly here. Could I? Oh yeah, that looks okay. I'll use that. That's not too bulky. I can pop that in. There we go. Tell you what I have got, but again, what have I done with it? Yeah, I've probably put it away. I've got some bling, but it'll be too bulky for the minute, but I'll add some bling to that. And we've got this one here. Now this one definitely deserves some decoration, so try and gently pull that off, and I think I'll just fold that over like that. And avoid the rip, avoid the tear. And I think it can only really go on the edge. I think that would look pretty. Yeah, I think. Let's make a tuck spot out of it. And I'm going to glue it in. I can glue it in place. There we go. You can see the beautiful girl. And I think this is the last one. So I would like to use my tag. I think she can go there. That's screaming for just some simple fabric. And all my fabric scraps now are up the house where I've been playing with these clusters typically. So I just found these. So I did wonder if this sheer is from my husband's grandmother. I think something like that would be nice if I stitched all around it. Now, one of the things I realised when I was making my clusters last night, I've got 2 pairs of these tonic Tim Holtz scissors, which I adore, obviously. And the one I got up the house is blunt. So I'm a little bit annoyed with that. Okay, I'm just going to do some stitching. So I've just done a sort of messy stitch all around there and just sort of push the scarf underneath. And I think you could make this into like a belly band or put something underneath it. I'm just going to glue it in place. But it's a lovely image, so I'm just going to pop that there like that. That's there. I think that's enough for that image. And then here, again, I think it needs a belly band. I forgot then. I forgot for a minute that I was on camera. Okay, that will perfectly do. So what I can do to that is maybe strengthen it a little bit with something behind it. Well, you can see that there, but I can cover that up. That's okay. We can deal with that. Oh. Some there. I don't really like that though. But I think we'll have something like that on that side, and then I might tuck something in there a bit later. So let's just glue that on there. There we go. And I think this journal is now wedi gorffen, as we say. It is finished. So my 2 journals, they're almost finished. They're not quite finished, and I think every journal has an opportunity to add to it, so maybe they never will be finished. But I've certainly got some room to play and add some extra embellishments in them. And this is very much a keepsake, or like a folio. You know, I've got personal items in here, and I'm probably going to add some more family items and documents and things like that. So I won't be really writing in this one. I'm just going to keep things in there. I've also used faux ephemera, and I like that. I think it just complements it really well. And of course I wanted to use Sweet Pea Curiosities kit, so it was just the perfect opportunity, and everything sort of gelled together with it. So very much keepsake kind of journal. And then this one is going to be a writing journal. And I hope you like this journal. I have fallen in love with it. It's not what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be all pretty and lace and I don't know, just yeah, just not grungy. But it has turned out to be grungy, but that's okay. It was meant to be, and I'm going to really enjoy writing in this. I think I don't feel like it's going to spoil it. I think it's just going to enhance it. I've had loads of fun making this with everybody on camera, and yeah, I'm going to really enjoy filling up these pages, and I'll keep you updated on progress, and if I make any other ephemera for this, I will do my best to record it. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the start of this new series where I intend using this lovely kit from Sweet Pea Curiosities, which is called Moments Pressed in Time. And who knows what the next journal is going to be like. If you've got some ideas, if you'd like to see me make something of your choice, then drop a comment and I will do my best to abide by your wishes. As long as it's something, you know, within my capability. Don't ask me to go and make a stitched fabric journal at this stage because, yeah, I'm really not there. I certainly won't be able to do that right now. But I'm going to be starting writing in this now in the next couple of days. So yes, if there's anything that you'd like to see me make, then please do let me know. But I'm going to play in this journal now, have lots of fun, and then once it's finished, I will show you what it looks like. So I really do hope you've enjoyed this part 2 of the video, and I will see you in another video very soon. Bye-bye for now.